Hello! Hello lovely people, and welcome to another video. A very special video in fact, because this is the 100th video that I have put on this channel since I started doing YouTube 2 years ago. And so to celebrate having 100 videos on this channel, I have decided, with my trusty wardrobe, right here, my childhood wardrobe, my hopes, my dreams, everything in between, I am going to clear out all the recovery clothes that I have in this wardrobe. And I'm glad you can only see this bit, because down here there are no shelves. It's just clothes. It's a reminder to me how much of a mess I am. This girl here doesn't have her shit together. And if you would like to do the same thing as well, you're more than welcome to do it with me. You can have me on in the background whilst you do it as well. And we're going to talk about my body confidence and just my general body confidence and fashion and how I feel now and stuff. And we will delve into that and talk about that. So let's go. Also, the keen eye amongst you will also know that this isn't my London room. I have moved out of my accommodation. The contract has ended. Yay! So I live here now in my old room where my YouTube channel officially started, on this floor that you can't see, but sitting on this floor talking about anorexia recovery. If I haven't talked about it, and I've probably just sort of drip fed it into some episodes of Tea Talk, I was bullied when I was 11 for my body. I was bullied for basically just being new, and the fact that I had lots of fat on me, lots of puppy fat on me due to puberty. I was a great target for one silly girl, my mum would say, silly girl, for her onslaught of hate. I remember I was talking about really innocently that I loved food, and then she sort of giggled and went, haha, Eleanor likes food, and snorted like a pig in front of my friends, my new friends at the time. And I was so shocked and appalled that someone, would do that. I have to go through a lot of clothes because, you know what? I have too many t-shirts. I carry t-shirts. I think that's a recovery thing. I own too many t-shirts because it's easier to slip on a t-shirt than it is to pull bottoms up and stuff. But that set me on how much I hated myself. And if you hate yourself, and fashion and clothes can be really, it can be a freaking nightmare. It can be so anxiety inducing to then walk into a clothes store and go and try on flipping clothes, and particularly even if we go into dressing rooms, there's so many mirrors at every freaking angle. If you're not comfortable or you're not happy with your body, that's so anxiety and so, yeah, it's really body anxiety inducing. And I remember once going into a new look and wanting a shirt, and I looked at my body. I think I must have been about 14 at the time. I was so ashamed of my own body. This was before eating disorders came into my life. I was so ashamed of it, and I thought I was so hideous, and everyone else must have thought I was so hideous, that I just walked out of there, put the clothes back, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd stuck to my guns at the time and gone, no, I'm wearing this shirt, I'm owning my body with pride. But there was no one in the media telling me to do that. There was no one on the internet telling me I could do that, or if I wasn't seeking for those people on the internet. Skip ahead to when I'm 16 and I am very much in the grips and the depths of anorexia, and I just have this very strange confidence in my body and in myself. The way that I looked and the way that my body was, I thought my brain went into this is it, I'm now acceptable for society. I can now go out and walk out in clothes that I want to with pride, and you're not going to stop me. And that's exactly what I did. I would buy clothes, and sometimes it was really hard to buy clothes because you're at the weight that no one in supermarkets, because, I'm a classy girl. Because, sometimes you have to go to the supermarket to buy your clothes. I would flaunt what I had, and I would walk with a really weird surge of self-confidence, and it was I'm acceptable to society now. But also, it wasn't a case of, right, I'm okay, I'm happy. It's a case of having to maintain that weight in order to be body confident. In order for me to still feel this way, I'd have to lose more weight, and for me to still be confident and positive, I'd have to lose even more, and then a little bit more, and then so much more, to the point where I wouldn't be happy, or I thought I'd be happy. I think the thing that we have to remember, I always think of it like goalposts. Anorexia sort of has goalposts and it wants you to reach those unattainable standards. So you do everything you can to reach those unattainable standards. When you reach those unattainable standards, anorexia gets angry that you've done it, moves the goalposts, puts the standards somewhere else and goes, oh, you didn't reach it. Oh my gosh, you're so terrible. You're a terrible human being. Reach it again. Remember, you will never win at anorexia's game. Anorexia will never let you win because you're not meant to win. And then we get to recovery. And recovery is a really strange process for your body. Your body has to go through it in order to feel okay with itself. It's at the time where your body is doing all sorts of different things and your weight changes, and so the sizes, for me, in women's sizes, it fluctuates. So you could be one number 1 month and then you're the other number the next, and you keep changing and you fluctuate like you do in normal life, except that this one is a lot more rapid and a lot more like, oh my goodness. These are a new pair of leggings. I consistently have leggings, which is something actually that we will point out. When you are recovering and you're at that stage where your body is sort of got this fat around the organ-sized area, which I have talked about before, it means that things like jeans, which are what I'm wearing today, jeans and all sorts of other things do not fit. Like, they are too tight, the fat hurts, the fat isn't meant to stay there for very long, and so the fat hurts, and it tells you, it lets you know, because the buttons here cut into it, and your body also like protrudes quite a bit because it wants to save you, and it's a totally normal thing to happen, and it's a scary thing to happen as well, and the scary thing is to accept it. But recovery clothes, instead of style, you have to sort of put functionality and comfort over style and what looks good. You have to put your mental health first, and you have to put what your body wants, because it's all fine and dandy you like lycraing yourself up to the nines, but I mean the fat bit here ain't gonna be happy. Let's just state that. I mean, by all means, like, if you are a lycra loving person, then yeah, you do that. But if you're in ET recovery and you're a lycra loving person, you might want to lay off the lycra. Pyjamas are a godsend when you're in recovery. They're just so comfortable, and I was consistently in pyjamas because I was so lethargic and tired all the time. A lot of stuff was going on in my body. I didn't know myself, I didn't know who I was, therefore when I was recovering I didn't know what my fashion identity was, and I didn't know who my identity was, because anorexia takes that from you. Anorexia takes your identity and uses it as its own, and then keeps telling you that you are anorexia, and anorexia is you, and so you think you are anorexia itself. And it's, so when it goes in recovery, when it's sort of, recovery is all about building up the blocks and leaving, it can be very, very difficult. It can be very, very difficult to find out who you are. It can be difficult for other people. And so I found that I really, again, I went back into, I didn't really care about fashion. I didn't care about what I wore. I cared more about what other people thought of my body. I cared about what other people thought of me. Because again, you know, with anorexia, you want to be in control, but you're not in control of this, and so why bother? There is a nice common theme, actually, due to my recovery. A lot of things are stretchy. Let me explain. During recovery, again, I stated that a lot of things have to be stretchy. Focus on things that are going to be able to help you and support the fat that's around your organs to keep you alive, to keep you safe. Sort of stretchy clothing becomes a sort of hideaway for you. It becomes a sort of safe space, because you know that the stretch and the lycra inside, or the elastic, will be able to accommodate your body weight and your body type. And for someone who was recovering and recovery binge eating, and then post-recovery binge eating with their body, that was something that was quite comforting, in that a lot of my clothes are quite stretchy. Also, I'm a drama student, so a lot of my clothes just happen to have to be a bit stretchy, which is fantastic. However, there are times where you have to sort of step out of your comfort zone, and you have to have enough confidence to wear things like jeans, like skirts that button up, denim, ones that actually, you know, have to hug and fit your body, zipped up skirts, like the one that I sort of briefly showed you. And you have to step out of your comfort zone, and it's the idea of being able to accept your fat. Not the fat where it's up in your organs, you accept that as well, but that gets redistributed around your body, but it's accepting your body and the way that it looks and it feels when you zip up the zipper on your jeans or your skirt, and allowing yourself to feel confident and comfortable. And that takes a really long time. That doesn't happen overnight, and particularly for someone who didn't have any body confidence to start with, that can be a bit difficult. By finding other people that talked about body positivity on the internet, I slowly found myself becoming a lot more in control of my body. But with the other body positive people that talk about body positivity, body confidence on the internet, and channel that your body is the best body that you can ever have, you slowly start believing that ideal, which is a much more positive ideal than the one that's out there telling me to eat a suppressant lollipop because I'm not allowed to feel hunger. I shouldn't, that's a crime. And the more that you start digesting those messages and you start being able to allow yourself to love your body and love who you are, and that is an ongoing process, because there'll be days that you'll love yourself and there'll be days that you won't love yourself. You slowly learn to love clothes a lot more, and you learn what you like and what you don't like. This is a dress of mine that has a massive lemon print, and I like massive prints. I know that's what I like. I never wear dresses ever, because I don't go to many parties or tea parties. No one invites me to the Ritz. And for me, sometimes even watching Queer Eye allows me to feel the same thing that I do when I watch body positive people on the internet, or listen to them on Instagram, or listen to them when they are interviewed. Watching Tan on Queer Eye, trying to get someone to embrace the body that they're in. Of course, you know, he says hide the problem parts. You flaunt those problem parts. That's all the problems I have with him. As soon as I watch 8 episodes of Queer Eye in a series, I then go out and I buy clothes and I enjoy who I am. I French tuck the hell out of my life. I suddenly have a new burst of confidence that I never knew that I needed or ever had. It's amazing and I love it. I'm really itchy. There's dust everywhere and I'm itching my nose. In terms of where I am at now, I have more body confident days and more days with my fashion than I do, and I'm slowly getting to the point where I can wear things like jeans and dresses and skirts and like not care about what my thighs look like or what my boobs are, how's my stomach, because I've hated myself for far too long, and that sounded like I was going to cry. I'm not. And my anorexia, my eating disorder, took that from me as well, and I have wasted so much time just hating myself that I'm fed up. I'm fed up and I want to love myself, and that's what I'm doing, proactively wanting to love myself. And I know that it can be so hard, but if we start proactively and just slowly and gently learning to love ourselves instead of listening to the bull that is out there in the diet industry, because that's all it is, it's bull, it's complete and utter bull, then I think we would be able to, with the tools and the equipment that we can have, we would be able to smash that frickin' diet industry to the ground, set it up in flames, and live the best life that we want to live. I'm sure there are way more clothes. I have a pile. I do have a pile. I don't think you can see the pile. No, that's not where the pile is, Ellie. I also keep looking in the viewfinder. But I have sorted out more clothes, and there should be some more clothes, but I will leave it there. And I hope that this ramble made sense, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did enjoy it by commenting down below, and just like talk to me if you've suffered from body confidence issues or eating disorders. You don't necessarily have to have an eating disorder to have gone through what I've gone through. You can do this without, you know, you don't have to suffer from it. Let me know in the comments and we can chat and swap tips. If you have any tips for me, and if I have any tips for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!